Hello, everybody, and welcome to Happy Jack's RPG. Today, we are going to be doing an exciting playtest of Sam Dunnewold's Steal My Heart, which is a two-player, prompt-based game. So, I'm gonna bounce it to Pooja. Pooja, who are you?
I am Pooja, no pronouns, and I will be playing the Fox.
Oh, and I'm Kai. I use he, they, and she pronouns, and I will be playing the Robin. And with that, I think we go.
Yeah.
So the way the game works, we both have cards designated with our Fox or Robin, and we'll just read the cards. It's a prompt-based game, so Pooja and I will just be messy according to the prompts.
Is there any other way to be?
No.
Time period?
2010s. Yeah, we're doing like circa 2010s.
Early 2010s. So like late 2000s. Early
Yeah,
2010s.
like iPhones exist, but not everyone has one yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I start the game by reading the first prologue. I am a notorious international art thief and cat burglar. I got into this line of work because there are some choices. I will read them all and I will choose something. Is what one or both my parents did. It is the only thing I was ever any good at. I followed a crush and stayed even after they were caught. I promised myself I'd never lead a boring life. I think it's gotta be I followed a crush and stayed even after they were caught. That's delicious.
That's so delightful. And so now I have my first prologue card. I am a well-respected special agent determined to find you and bring you to justice. I got into this line of work because, and the options are, it is what one of my parents did. I always had a knack for it, despite disliking it. I followed a crush and stayed even after they burned out. I always wanted to be a spy like on TV. Now I work a desk job. I think that I always wanted to be a spy like on TV. Now I work a desk job.
Brutal.
Like, they make it seem so cool. They make it seem like you're doing good in the world and you're bringing bad people to justice. And instead, I have gone through 7 years of paperwork for some dude who didn't file the right form.
Yikes. Listen, art theft is paperwork. It's easier when they steal it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have the Meet Cute cards here. And
for those of you following along, the Robin has the Meet Cute. We choose one of those cards, and then we'll get into Act 1.
Okay, I've picked one. Late checkout. You track me to my hotel room, but when you burst in, I pretend to be a fellow agent who just missed the real thief. I think I was done up as a security guard. And had like just ensured that the piece was away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like hang up the phone just at the moment that I think you like show up.
Yeah, you can hear the beep of the lock in the hotel room, like with that, like the key card that you that you have to put in, and it's like and then chunk.
Hold on just a minute. And like running around the room and like, okay, how do I turn this security outfit against the hotel person that's coming in here? The like, there could be so many options of people. And I think I just settle on like, look, I already have like a fake badge on. I'm already a security guard. Let me just sell the whole thing.
Federal agent, open up!
Oh, I got this. I'm so glad you're here. Hi. And like fully suit, and like seeing that you're really a federal agent, probably, just taking that badge and being like, there's no badge here. I don't know what you're talking about. There's never been a badge. And like literally, I think that the phone line isn't even dead on the like landline all the way of like waiting for someone to tell me like, we've landed. The Eagle has landed or whatever it is. And I'm like, hello, I'm so glad you made it. They were just here. I'm glad the hotel gave you access because they gave me access, and it was a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's always some paperwork that they want you to fill out.
Yeah.
And then you have to call back and... But how long ago did they leave? Did we get an accurate physical description?
I found this and like literally opening my own duffel bag. And it's like fully Hawaiian shirts, ball gown, gym clothes. It's just like every outfit you could possibly think of in a duffel bag that make no sense. I found this. I think they were disguised. They might be one of the hotel staff.
Oh, we're gonna have to lock down the building. Yeah. Nobody in or out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to continue to check this room because the duffel bag is obviously not all of it. They might have stashed it here. So I'm going to secure this room. You go talk to hotel staff about locking it down.
Well, I'm just going to call down on the line. Like,
yeah. Give me 1 second. And like fully like hangs up the phone. Hands it to you. The line was dead.
Oh, is it working now? Oh, I hear dial tone, so we're good now. We're good now. They must have had some kind of interference device.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Because where'd they clip the line? Anyways, I'm gonna go check the bathroom now.
Okay.
For clues.
We could get some fingerprints. We'll get the geeks in here on it.
Mm-hmm. And like the whole time it's one of those like, yes, but also like slowly slipping into the bathroom going, you're awfully well cut for someone who sits behind a desk.
Oh, well. You know, you gotta be prepared for anything. You never know what's gonna happen.
You never know. And I thought it was the only one. That's all.
Are you out in the field a lot? I don't think I've seen you around the office.
I mostly do embedded work.
Oh. Oh, that makes sense that you'd be out in the field, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You look like you could handle yourself.
Anyways, I'm gonna check this bathroom. You should call down.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Get right on that.
And I think it kind of here we go. Here's the next question. What's one way you find me attractive? And ask me the same.
I think that I find like competence really attractive. So the fact that you got here before I did and you were really on the ball and you had these ideas and you supported me in my ideas was like, oh, we're really doing this. This is what it feels like to be a team.
Oh, that's rough.
What is one way you find me attractive?
I think I'm a sucker for someone who wants to do something good. And just like your entire entrance into the room and the trust that you have of like, oh yes, obviously this is an agent. It's like, oh, you sweet angel. Uh-oh. And it's one of those, like, I think I've been alone for so long and, like, not able to trust a lot of the people I'm working with. Where we have these, like, cold, yes, the eagle has landed or whatever conversations, and that's all. And I got into this because I was in love with someone. And now that she's gone, I've just been working, and I think I didn't realize until just now. That's boring. That's lonely. After you let your guard down, what do we talk about as I scour the bathroom? The options: my hotel bill, your problems at work, or Shangal's Perry through the window, which is one of these. It's not one of these. Anyways, what do we talk about?
Okay, so it was the hotel bill. I think we're gonna talk about my problems at work. Because things are winding down. You're working. I'm working. I've called down. I had to also make a secondary call to get authorization to have the room, to get the forensics team out here, to get the hotel staff locked down. And I was like, man, I've been working to catch this guy for years now. All these disparate thefts, people didn't even realize they were connected until I figured it out. But am I respected? No.
You really think they're all connected?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it'd be a pretty good thief if they were.
You would not believe what this dude has done! I mean, but because you're on it from the other end, right?
Well,
the office sent you out?
I'm following just, their driver.
Oh, yeah.
Who I thought was staying here. But if you think there's some grand art thief that's staying here.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to know, there is, an interior pocket that has been sewed into his jacket.
Uh-huh.
And out comes the folder.
Oh no! We found the murder board!
And it's all of these different pieces of art. And look, I've got a bullet point list under each of them that is, here where the MOs are the same, here's where they adapted their because we almost caught them here.
Mm-hmm.
And we did catch the buyer. But after that, these parts stayed the same, but this changed.
Take the broken link out.
Yeah.
Efficient. For people who are stealing art, obviously.
I mean, honestly, just how amazing would it be to, get all these pieces back to where they belong and where the public could really, love and be enriched by them. As opposed to sitting in some, rich dude's vault for the rest of eternity.
Because that's different than where they were.
Well, I mean, I go to the museum on public access days.
Yeah. You like art a lot.
I do.
Huh.
It could take you to a whole new, the emotions and the ways that the different styles can, really evoke the same emotion, but in completely different ways. And then, if you can follow the whole path of history through art.
That is true. I do find that part interesting. I like the history aspect, You can sit in someone's shoes when they painted something 200 years ago and see what they were seeing.
Exactly.
It's very personal.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like you're not so into art.
I like the art. I do. I like the art. I'm more of a people person.
Mm.
I want to know why they're taking it and where they're putting it.
Yeah.
I think thieves largely steal for the money, right? So if you just know the person.
That's true. It's a whole angle I haven't really been able to explore because we've just never quite gotten close enough. I really thought this was going to be the time. I wonder, even if they're not dressed as one of the hotel staff, I wonder if they got tipped off.
Maybe that's why the line's dead. Or was dead. Well, I'm gonna go take this. Takes the duffel bag. I'm gonna go take this to the guys downstairs.
Yeah, they should be here any minute. They said, barring traffic, I guess.
Yeah, it'll take them a minute. I just want to make sure that I meet them out back. get everything squared away. I will see you during debrief.
For sure, for sure.
All right.
Oh, I didn't get your name?
Oh, I'm Agent Robin.
Nice to meet you. I'm Agent Fox.
Oh, nice to meet you, Agent Fox. And they pick up the bag, they open the door, and they never come back. Terrible. The last prompt on here, only after I leave do you realize you've been played. How do you feel? Ask me the same.
I am beating myself up so hard. Like, they're always calling me naive. Obviously, they're right. But, like, you seemed so sincere. And, like, I felt like we really connected. And there's, like, after this kind of spiral down, because it gets pretty deep and dark there for a minute, because this is my one chance, this is my one big break. And I realized, like, but if I got this close, and I know what you look like now.
Yeah, you do.
Like, every piece is another piece of the puzzle. And I can't wait to see you again. I mean, catch you.
Yes, that one. Yeah.
So how do you feel?
I should be afraid. I should be terrified. You were in the room. But no one's ever written me a love letter as beautiful as that folder. No one's ever paid attention to me that much. My entire existence has been being invisible so that I can get things. But you love the art, not because it's worth something. That whole thing was a lie. I was parroting things that I've heard people say 1,000 times. You love art for the same reason I do. I should hate you. I should be afraid of you. I should run. But now I want to be a cat with a mouse. I want to leave you love letters. I want to seal paintings that excite you. It makes me want to do things that are risky because suddenly this isn't so lonely. Because if I go somewhere, you're following me.
Oh, so good.
And that is our meet cute card. On
Yep.
to Act 1.
Act 1, and I believe I play the first Act 1
Yeah,
card?
so we draw 2.
Yep. So we draw 2 Act 1s, and then choose. The first one is... I read them both out, right? Like, we could do that. Does anyone care?
You choose, yeah, or you just choose one. I trust you.
Maybe read the beginning of each one.
Okay. So the first one is standoff. I do it. I catch you.
Oh!
It wasn't even that hard. As I stick you in the back of my car, I feel. And the second one is tragedy. A breakup, a death, or some petty jealousy befalls me. I have no one else to call. So I call you. Do you answer?
These are juicy.
I'm picking tragedy because I feel like we just had the... Like, the catch thing is
We can do
so
it again.
close to
We
a
can
Mewtwo.
try it later.
Yeah. So, tragedy, a breakup, a death, or some petty jealousy befalls me. I have no one else to call, so I call you. Do you answer? And if so, what do we talk about? Your last relationship? What I should have said. Van Gogh's Cafe Terrace at Night.
I love this card. I love
So
this art.
good.
It's so good. I think I let it ring. I think I'm theoretically waiting on someone, and I look and it's not them, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I think about the number, and then I realize what this probably is. And I answer. And I don't pretend. I just say, hello, Fox.
Hi, Robin. I didn't know you'd pick up.
Why are you calling me?
Have you ever been so close to somebody, and then you drift apart, lives change, people change, but they still live in the back of your mind?
Well, yeah, that's what happens to people when you don't know them anymore.
And then one day you get a phone call, and they're gone.
Mm.
And you realize that all of those opportunities that you had to talk, to say I'm sorry, they're all gone. And I don't know.
Fox, do you know Cafe Terrace at night?
Of course I do.
The single light in that cafe, that's what that memory is for me. Someone that I knew, gone. Not even dead. Not even dead. Just gone. But the light is what makes that picture beautiful.
That cafe always felt like everything else is so dark. But the light in that cafe is so warm. And it's like, here's the place for you. Come in out of the dark. Did they all know each other? Did they just meet tonight? Who knows?
Will they ever meet again?
I can hope so.
I'm sorry you lost someone. That sucks.
Yeah. I'm sorry you did too. However, that may have happened.
This isn't a heads up. I'm not stealing that painting, but I know you have good taste. And I don't know, that painting made me think of you.
Now it'll make me think of you too.
It's quite something in person. You should go check it out sometime.
Yeah. I'll add it to my agenda.
Make you feel less alone.
You know, I'm kind of already there. Who hangs up first?
I think I do. I think the line goes dead right there. Just a little bit like, it's really hard to say no to someone reaching out in that moment. Especially you, because I think it's been a minute and I still haven't forgotten. And there's a little bit of a smile, but I can't leave you on the line forever. So I hang up, go back to work, and I think about Van Gogh's painting.
I think I'm working like the big clunky Lenovo laptop style. And I pull up the webpage with the painting. And I just sit and look at it for much longer than I will ever admit to another human being in my life.
Yeah. Oh. All right. I have another Act 2 prompt.
Act 1 or
Act
two?
1. I have another Act 1 prompt. I know how to read numbers, everybody.
Numbers are difficult.
The options are lover. I'll just read you the first sentence of each of these. I take a lover, and for a while we work as a team. Or settle. For a while I retire, keep my head down. I think I settle briefly. I think I find things a little bit too dangerous. For a while I retire and keep my head down. I make a perfect little life for myself. I take a lover with a wealthy family and try to stay out of the game. I feel safer. But the safety is like installing very good security cameras. They only work when you're looking. So when I look and I see the trimmings of safety, a place that I could call a mailing address, a person who wonders where I am when I've been gone for too long. Safety, right? That's safety. But inside of that, I know that if we fall out, that goes away, and I go back to wandering anyways. And I tell myself I don't want that. I don't want to wander. I want to stay because someone got tangled up and they didn't get caught. They died. And I think about that conversation about the cafe. And I think I went looking for something warm and safe. And I found her. She was nice. She was kind. Didn't ask me a lot of questions. But in the end, security systems only work if someone's looking. And without that, I don't always feel safe. I don't actually think I'm safe. Inevitably, you track me down. And to my devastation or relief, I'm forced to abandon this life. But some words from my lover will stay with me always. What words? Birds can't fly forever. They do have to land someday. And when you find me, I think I get away before anything major happens, but I take flight again. And the thing I see when I run, when I fly, another place I could land. That's the whole card.
Love it. I think the way I picture this in my mind is like I've been able to move up. Getting closer to you, getting closer to your work has helped me. It's helped me in my life. I've actually been able to make something of a warm space. I have a team now. And well, they don't really answer to me per se. It feels the closest that I've been to that dream I had when I became an agent. What I was looking for. Purpose. That acceptance. But something told me. We found the house, sent the guys out. They all knew what was going on. But something felt like off. This place? Just looking at this surveillance footage. This doesn't have any of the life and the heart that all of those paintings you stole, Dibs. It feels like a shell. Like there's a painted facade. And I don't think I'm gonna find you behind it. So I head instead to the nearest train station. Call it a hunch, call it overwork, call it crazy. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. But I think if you were gonna run, if you had the same feeling that I do right now, that this is where you would be.
I think you arrive to see a familiar shape jump onto a train carrying a familiar duffel bag.
You'd think after all this time you would have upgraded. And as I stand there and I try to say, no, it couldn't be. I mean, he's probably at the house anyway, and I get the call from my team. They just finished searching the place, and you're not there. And just smile a little. Because it's not over. My next card, the next one I pulled, is Waves. After a long chase around the Mediterranean, I catch you. And we begin the day-long journey home by cramped motorboat. I think I'm going to choose this one. I really like this card.
It's cute.
While we travel, what do we talk about? My fear of drowning. Your recurring dream. Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee.
I think I start with my recurring dream, actually. I think it was an eventful catch, but one where in the end, this is our only mode back, and you're stuck with me, and I know it. And enjoying the sun, maybe for the last time in a while. I think with sunglasses on and everything, just reclining. You know, I used to dream that I was a bird. Like, really a bird, not just a robin, like I am, obviously, but like a gull or a tern or albatross. Those fly far, right? And that I could just go and see every great city from hundreds of feet in the air. I mean, Dream Paris was probably very wrong, but I knew it was Paris, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, honestly, I've been in the air more since I started this case than I ever had before in my life.
You're welcome.
I'm sure the home office would say differently. But my favorite part of every flight is when they tell you they're beginning the procedures for descent or whatever, and you can look out the window and see miles and miles of city.
Yeah. Beautiful. I mean, imagine what would happen if you could put, I don't know, Picasso on a skyscraper and have him paint the New York skyline. What would that look like? What would that feel like? I wanted to be a painter. I should have painted all of these scenes.
Why didn't you?
Turns out I'm not nearly as expressive as the art that I like.
That I feel. Although in my case, it wasn't art.
It was Excel spreadsheets.
But first, I mean my love now, but my first love, poetry.
Hold on, it has been so long and I just find out now. I know your gym ID number, but I didn't know that you're a poet.
Wait, you know my gym ID number?
Don't worry about it. You're a poet?
I would not go so far as to say I'm a poet. But, you know, words can be expressive. And then you get to destroy the thing that you've written them on so no one can find the evidence.
Ah. So
That's harder to do with paintings.
Yeah.
They're just bigger.
Your second love is the shredder, then.
I mean, the shredder feels so impersonal. The shredder is a work thing.
Oh.
But you've poured your heart out into these words, into these verses, into these lines, into this meter. You've constrained your feelings in this form in order to let them speak more loudly. It is like talking through a megaphone, or like a thing that you always see in the movies that also doesn't work, which is like the tin can line to the kid next door.
Nope.
Be lucky if you heard a buzz. And at the end of that, the only appropriate thing to do is burn it.
I don't know that every incredible, breathtaking artist would agree with that. I didn't think you had that in you.
I feel like at this point you're probably the person who knows me best in the world.
What can I say? You interest me. Maybe less so right now. I would like to read your poetry.
Tell you what. I'll come visit you.
That's almost a comfort.
When we're within sight of civilization, what's the last thing you say to me before you toss me overboard and steal the boat?
I think I was so relaxed because I knew that there was a plan. And I toss you overboard and I say, I would still like to read those. You'll have to send them to me. And I swerve the boat around and move as quickly as I can back into the beautiful Mediterranean. Salt water.
I guess it could have been worse. At least you tied me up in the life vest.
Yeah.
I should not be feeling so relieved. I mean, it must just be the life vest. The life vest is why I am so relieved.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder what the city you go next is going to look like from the air.
Oh. Ah, that's excellent. I have Lover still in my hand, and then I also have Bridesmaid. My sister gets married. And against my better judgment, I go to the wedding. I think it has to be that because that's spicy as hell. Her spouse is a real piece of work, or maybe just boring. I suffer through the rehearsal dinner, the ceremony, the reception. I feel normal. And somewhere in that normalcy, I start to think about that feeling of empty security again. And I wonder what painting I would paint, what poem you would write. About that emptiness. About this false security that being normal somehow keeps me safe. I spend the whole time smiling and pretending like I like any of these people except for my sister. And I feel alone. And I think about what you would say. Afterwards, I call you. Do you answer? And if so, what do we talk about? My outfit? Your first marriage? Birth Morot's self-portrait. No?
I think it's this.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
I pick up even before the first ring is over. Fox.
Hello, my Robin. My fox.
You are Fox, huh?
I don't see any other foxes chasing me around the world.
I would hope not at this point.
What would you be, jealous?
I'm not above it. It would feel like a betrayal for you to be caught by anyone but me at this point. My Robin.
Well, I was tied up today. My sister got married.
Oh, fun. I hope.
You know, cheap wine is so sugary. And I think that the people who brought all of the bar in just bought the cheapest shit and brought it in.
Yeah, you always got to be careful of the open bar at a wedding. Or at least, I suppose,
Yeah.
the ones I've been to.
Oh, she couldn't have married a more boring person who doesn't check those sorts of things. Just trusts. Ridiculous.
A lot of people say trust is ridiculous, but I know it's probably not on your list, but you know Bertha Morisot's self-portrait, right?
Of course. It's beautiful.
There is something... You say that it's beautiful. And it's this artist, and she looks... He? I don't know. It's a she now.
Good now.
From the outside, she looks ordinary.
I see it. The yellow really seems like a strong choice for someone who's ordinary.
And I think that there's a lot of the contrast between that kind of golden yellow, but like high neckline, and those dark, piercing eyes staring straight at you.
Yeah, he didn't have any of that.
Maybe your sister does. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I have found your real name yet.
Who needs it?
But I don't know. This portrait, it's This is a person who is in an ordinary world, but is looking out for more.
I see that.
And however ordinary their surroundings are, what's behind those eyes, what's in that expression, promises a lot more. And that, I don't know. I just thought of you when I just thought of that portrait when you were telling me about this wedding.
I love heavy brushstrokes. Passion.
Yes. Intention. I suppose you could crash their honeymoon.
Yeah. You know, I thought of you. Your poetry.
I think you're making a lot out of some poetry that never sees the light of day.
Some of the best art doesn't. Just be curious to know what dark and hollowed thoughts live deep inside of you. Well, self-portraiture's like that, I guess.
Yeah. I think it can reveal a lot to somebody without you ever having intended to.
That's true. Of course, the last question is who hangs up first?
I am never going to hang up on you. I will not be the person who cuts the line first.
I think I am quick to run the moment I start to wonder what it would be like to see your self-portrait, to see who you are in your art, and find the dark parts of your eyes. And I hang up.
It takes me a second. Like, you hear that click. Such a final. But part of me hopes that you can be happy with your family. Even if it's not forever, it's for today. Hopefully your sister's happy, but who knows? But that you can feel that connection with someone. Maybe part of me doesn't want you to feel that connection with anybody but me.
Ooh.
Okay, so I still have Standoff in my hand, and now I have my first Act 2 card.
Oh.
Afternoon. I finally do it. I catch you. But we've come to know each other well enough that I grant you the kindness of one last day of freedom. How do we spend it? I'm picking it because I love this guy. It just came up with the perfect thing. I won't admit this to anybody else, but I waited. I waited just long enough to catch you this time, to find you actively casing your next job.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't want to see you at a hotel room. I didn't want to see you in the public, well, the street. But it's a fundraising event happening tonight. only the most exclusive invitations went out, so of course you're going to be there. And I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. I think after all this time, after all these cities, after all those calls, that this is about you and about me. So, for this evening, I know you'll be dressed to the nines, and in order to let me through, I also have donned my first tuxedo.
Wow.
They make it seem so much more comfortable than it actually is. So, take a walk with me around the gallery. What do we talk about? Our past? Our future? How the cat must feel when it catches the mouse?
I think it starts with the cat. You know, I thought I was the one following you at some point. I know your address. I used to know your VIN number.
I shouldn't find that as comforting as I do. But knowing that you're as obsessed with me as I am obsessed with you...
I had to be. It's business.
Yeah, of course.
This was a hell of a hunch.
What was that? You know that rental you picked up when you landed?
Yeah?
I've had it tagged since about 20 minutes after you got it.
Of course. Then if you've got me, why wait? Why look at all of this with me?
It seemed appropriate. And honestly, it's something just for me. Something for us. All those pieces that you took, those conversations that we had. I'm never gonna look at Van Gogh the same way ever again. I'll always wonder what you would have made if you had decided to make art instead of nick it. And I wanted to experience these pieces with you.
I mean, they have some really good ones here.
They really do. It's phenomenal.
Except for that Manet. That thing is terrible.
Honestly, I've always thought he's kind of overrated. But far be it from me to criticize the masters.
I'll do it. Like, look at this. Look at this. You know, yeah, we get it. She's got a light, flowy dress. This doesn't feel like freedom to me.
It feels to me, I don't know, people's definition of freedom. I don't know that you can really appreciate it without seeing what's on the other side.
And what is on the other side, Fox?
On the other side of freedom is what? Another 40 years of typing up forms and making the world a little bit of a better place.
And burning your own poetry.
And loneliness. And wondering what could have been. And you? I mean, we know what the other side looks like for you. But what does freedom look like for you?
I just want a window that can see the Eiffel Tower from a distance. I want a shitty apartment where the rent is terrible, but the food is delicious. I want to see beautiful things when I wake up. I want to see beautiful things when I go about my day. I want to see beautiful things when I go to sleep. I want to wonder about the texture of the spackle and how long it has been there. I want to touch paint. I want to live in places like this. Beautiful collections of art. Walls of it. I want them to open the door for me, though. Not for a cover.
At the end of the day, do you escape? Or do we climax?
I think if you show me enough art pieces, we definitely climax.
So, we have 2 cards. We can kiss or betray. And we each choose.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
We both chose.
We both chose kiss. We kiss. We leave our lives behind and run away together. How do we ensure we'll never be found?
I have... You taught me a lot. You taught me a lot in this time that I've been chasing you. And a few of those things were how to get fake passports and fake identification and, you know, how to befriend the nerd in IT who no one appreciates nearly as much as they should. And has seen some things that I was denying for a really long time. And it's really way too willing to crash the FBI's servers and make some files unrecoverable.
Oops.
What about on your end?
My duffel bag got bigger a couple of years ago.
How did you finally upgrade?
I did. New clothes. You know, I did have a very wealthy benefactor for a little while. But I got another set. Now all of the clothing in there, all the disguises, all of the looks are a pair. So when it is time to leave, I have, in your size, like a normal person, a complete change into a work jumpsuit that can then become a pilot's uniform, that can then become and become and become, because that fake security, that's not enough. Real security is being next to you and not wondering where you are and what you're thinking, wondering if you're lonely. I made a bag for two to run away.
I guess now that explains why you had my gym ID number.
Normal stalking.
Well, as I slide you the passport that I had stashed away in my pocket for you. Where are we going next? My Robin.
Let's go see what, I don't know, Shanghai looks like from 1,000 feet. Then you can read me some poetry.
I'll whisper it to you as you wake up.
Yay! Oh, that was fantastic.
Oh, it's such a good time.
Yeah.
Such a good time.
Oh, man. Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been such a treat, Pooja.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's Kai and I's first game together.
I know, I cannot believe it.
Like, what is in the world? Could not have asked for a better one.
Yeah,
This was such a fun time.
what a joy.
Thank you, Sam, for making such a fun game to play. Get to
Yeah.
embody all our best tropes.
Real. Shall we outro properly? Do we have the thing? Can I have the sheet?
Let's have the sheet.
There's a cheat sheet here in the studio. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, mods, and Kimmy for actively also modding. Thank you to our major Patreons who keep us ad-free and independent. It's because of you that we are able to play fun games like this and enjoy without sponsorship from publishing companies or system popularity. You can join our heroic ranks at happyjacksrpg.org/Patreon. Pooja, why don't you introduce yourself and share what you got going on?
Oh, well, hello, I am Pooja. I don't use any pronouns. And you can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. If you want to hear me play more TTRPGs, you can find me here at Happy Jacks on Sundays playing Astral Circus, our Spelljammer game, where I get to be the best Thumbo that there ever was. And playtest a subclass of sorcerer that Jason has been working on called the Martial Sorcerer. So I get to be the best Thumbo that there ever was, and I'm slightly explodey and very pointy.
Horrifying.
It's phenomenal. I'm also on the Happy Jacks back catalog, and I believe coming up this week, we have a short campaign on Queen's Court Games called Maria in three parts. So if you are a fan of Unknown Armies or don't understand what Unknown Armies is, it is a really, really fun game over there. And if you want to see me make weird shit, I have a YouTube channel called Forgotten Curiosities. It is really like, I am such a Pooja of all trades, and I just, wherever my little heart takes me, that is what I do.
It's a good time.
And where can people find you, Guy?
Everywhere. All the time. Hi everyone, I'm Kai. You can find me everywhere as Estelle of Imladris, where I play a lot of TTRPGs and have wonderful times telling really cute international mystery romance stories, among other things. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Estelle of Imladris. You can find me on my Twitch on Wednesday streaming Baldur's Gate 3. I stream both a weekly gaming stream, but I also do a weekly episode of a show called Seems Right, which is a show about costuming and storytelling. So my one today was about how to do research in the age of AI and how to avoid generative AI while doing proper historical research. And I also done a little bit of sewing as a treat.
And I can confirm Kai's Showing Show is phenomenal.
Ooh, thanks.
Less so about Baldur's Gate. It's hilarious. We are playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the same day.
Yeah, I
on
raid
stream.
in.
And Kai raids into Jason's channel, where I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3, what was originally my first playthrough.
Oh, God.
And, but it was taking too long.
That's fair. You can also find me on Lori's House, which is Home We Remember Actual Play, a forthcoming game from Frivolous Sparrow Studios. You can find me on Thursday, wherever you get your podcasts, as the GM of that story that I love very much. And we are actually taking the day off tomorrow for Road to Nowhere. But you can usually find me here on Tuesdays in Road to Nowhere, which is an Electric State actual play where I cause no problems. And, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Today is the last day for you to vote for the Crit Awards. I, myself, am nominated for 3 Crit Awards. I'm nominated for Best Player Indie for my work here on Happy Jacks in Outrunners, which is an amazing Starscape actual play. And I'm also nominated for Best Player Kobold Press for Sun and Chains over on Bad House RPG, and Best Makeup and Costume on Taino Tales for the Doomsayers. So you can go vote for me, but you can also go vote for Kimmy. Who is nominated for both Best Podcaster, but Best Podcast Host, and also for Best Community Member for her amazing work getting more and more diverse voices in the TTRPG space and giving them a leg up so that they can also publish their amazing games and viewpoints into our amazing ecosystem of indie games. Speaking of amazing indie games, Sam, who wrote this game,
You can find Sam at diceexploder.com. And if you want to have your own phenomenal, wonderful, will they, won't they, art thief agent story, you can DM Sam for the game PDF. And there is a link to do so at diceexploder.com. So, steal my heart, everyone. So much fun. So much fun. This one I feel like, and there's so many cards, y'all. Like, we did the short version because, as you could see, both Kai and I were like, we're just gonna go all in on every line of every card. Yeah. But there are a lot. There are a lot of different Act 1 cards. There's a bunch of different Act 2 cards, so you can go in a lot of different directions with your story. And who knows? Maybe there will be betrayal.
The betrayal cards are spicy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon here on Happy Jacks. Bye.
Bye.
Me astray.